Hey, this is Jeremy from Sanhedrin, and you are watching CMS TV.
It's amazing how much fighting goes on around these smaller bands.
Yeah,
that never
and
had
it's like,
success.
well, what do you fight? The two that come to mind as far as bands who did not have major success, but they're
Yeah.
always infighting, even to this day, is
Mhm.
obviously the Bullet Boys and Pretty Boy Floyd.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you fighting over? You guys never had a career.
Right.
You had one or two songs that maybe somebody might recognize, and that's it.
Yeah. And fuck, Mark was on social media just the other day bashing on Ira Black and bashing on Stevie and just launching on a bunch of shit about because Ira did some interview where he said that Mark stole his amp and sold it or some shit.
Well, I mean, I saw Ira a couple of weeks ago in Las Vegas. He lives in Las Vegas.
Right.
And he came out to the Dawkins show, and
Sure.
I asked him about that gay cowboy dancing on the stage.
Yeah.
I told you about that, and then he told me the whole amp story.
Right.
And he claims, he said, Mark stole my amp and he sold it, and this and that. And then when I approached him about it, this was about the same time NAMM was, around in the end of January.
Sure.
And he says, well, why don't you just go to NAMM and go to such and such a booth and get them to endorse you, and they'll usually give you a couple of amps. So grab one for yourself and grab one for me too. That's what he said.
Wow. I don't know the ins and outs. I didn't even want to know. I just happened, I won't say who, but somebody texted me and said, hey, you got to check this out. Mark Torian's going crazy on Instagram. So I went on it, and he was just like bashing on Ira. And then he was bashing on Stevie for covering the Ira story. And that's always funny when you bash on a news site for covering the story.
Yeah.
What did you think they were going to do? Not? Yeah, this is another one. Love, hate. And I wish I could ask Jizzy what's going on there, but now
was there something going on with Love Hate?
Well, Jizzy's record was released as Love Hate.
Yeah, well, he released that one, Let's Eat.
Yeah, that was I'm talking about his current record.
Yeah, well, what I'm trying to say is that Jizzy has released albums,
couple things as Love Hate,
under the Love Hate name with nobody else in the band. Mm-hmm. So now this is a problem.
Well, I don't know if it's a problem or not, but I follow as well as Jizzy on Facebook. I have Johnny Love on my Facebook from Love Hate.
Okay,
and I've seen a couple of posts of, hey, on this date, on, April 15th or whatever date, it's Johnny Loves Love Hate playing a gig at the wherever. I'm like, Johnny Loves Love Hate. What? And again, look, I've made no secrets about it, regardless of what Jizzy thinks about me. Love Hate's my favorite band of that era. And so I won't shit on their music, but let's be real. They had 1.5 records that mattered. Blackout really mattered, and then Wasted in America sort of mattered. Wasted in America was kind of mid 2025 range, I guess. And Blackout, of course, had the hits. So, I don't know what they're fighting about, but okay, go ahead. Johnny Loves Love Hate. Who the fuck's going to see that? Probably somebody. I shouldn't even bash it. It might be good. Who knows? I mean, dude, at this point, what is a band? What is the band?
It's band versus brand.
Yeah.
That was a very, very, very well thought out subject material to cover for our friend Bob Nobandian to do this for Cleopatra Records. Mm-hmm. And to this day, it's a very, very contentious subject.
Yeah.
Band versus brand. Whoever's got the brand name, nobody cares who's in the band these days, just as long as they're playing the songs I know.
Yeah, and there's a big banner with the name that I know on the back of it. Yeah. Did I like Let's Rumble? Yes, very much so.
Yeah,
but that doesn't make it a successful record. It just means I liked it.
Yeah, because it had Spinning Wheel on it.
It had Spinning Wheel. It had Let's Rumble on it. It had didn't that one have Beer Money on it? Beer Money.
Yeah, that Spinning Wheel, that is like one of my favorite.
That's a good one
of all time.
Sure, I liked If You Believe in Miracles on that one too. I believe in the number 8. I don't even know. I have no idea why he ever said that. I believe in the number 8. Why?
Because maybe it's one above 7.
I guess.
Lucky 7.
I guess, or he was looking for something to rhyme.
Yeah, why these bands are fighting over something that's 30 and almost 40 years old already? It's just like, it's enough already.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's just sad because, you know, I think our biggest pet peeve when it comes to the infighting is the Journey thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we've talked about that a million times, but that's a band that has had a massive success.
Yeah.
And they have a massive legacy.
And they still have a massive following.
And just the two of the members that were in the most popular lineup are still at each other, and somehow they're able to go out on stage and still play together.
Yeah.
Which is just unbelievable. I mean, obviously Neil Sean is the
guy,
the original member.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, but it's just, why are you destroying everything?
Yeah, I mean, Kane's been there 44 years. He's as much an original as anything anymore.
He's not an original.
No, I mean, they had some good records before him, to be honest.
Yeah, you know, obviously he took Greg Raleigh's place.
Yeah, he came in, but man, he did change the course.
He did.
Because they were what, like a top 15 band or whatever before him, and then they were the biggest band in the world with him. You know, he came in on what, Escape?
Yeah, Escape.
Or I think he did Hopelessly in Love on Captured. I think that was his first song with him. But then obviously Escape was fucking ginormous. That sells 6 million copies or whatever.
I think it's even more.
That fucking record was huge.
Huge. Mm-hmm. It dominated my 1982 school year as Escape.
Hell yes. Went to that show at the Richfield Coliseum with Bryan Adams opening. I was like 14 or whatever. Fucking, I remember Journey coming on. I was about to cry like a fucking fag.
What was the scoop with you going to the show? Is this a mom thing?
Oh, my mom went. Yeah, she was a big fan too.
Well, I know, but your mom had the hookup with Belkin.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we sat 10 feet from the stage. It was great. That was probably one of the best things about my childhood, was that my mom had that hookup. And I never had really bad seats as a kid. You know, I almost always was on the floor, usually in the first 10, 12 rows. I grew up fucking spoiled rotten. I remember the first show I went to that I didn't use a hookup for, and I was fucking miserable. It was Motley Crue, 1985. I bought my tickets myself, Motley Crue and Y&T on Theater Pain Tour. And I sat, like if the stage is in front of you.
Yeah.
I sat off the floor, but in the section that faced the stage. So still not terrible seats, really.
You were in the bowl.
Yeah, I was in the bowl, lower bowl. But I was miserable.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I always sit up front.
I was like, there's my seats way down there. And I'm stuck back here. You're
like Bob Uecker. Oh, I must be in the front row.
Yeah, I wasn't in the front row that night. I was sitting way in the back. But it was still a good show. It was a fun tour, actually. I think Theater Pain gets a bad rap. I don't understand why people hate it so bad.
Well, it's not a strong record.
See, I think it is a strong record.
Right.
For them, I like probably 6 of the songs on it.
Okay.
I mean, I like Wild Side. No, that's wrong record. I like Keep Your Eye on the Money, Home Sweet Home, City Boy Blues, Raise Your Hands to Rock. Is there more? All right, maybe 4. Yeah. Oh, look at Ohio Croatian was at that show too. Do you remember Dave Meniketti puking Ohio? Because Meniketti played 4 songs and he was so drunk he started puking on the stage. I actually asked him about it and one time when I interviewed him, and he's like, yeah, that probably happened. I drank a lot with those Motley boys. It's like, oh, dude, it definitely happened. I saw it. Hey, it's Chris Akin from the Classic Metal Show, Chris Akin Presents, and the Seth Williams Show, straight from the uncensored heart of the CMS network. We've just been crowned a certified Rumble creator, and that means we're bringing the heat. All our shows, commercial-free, baby. Advanced episode drops, sometimes months before the normal release, so you're not stuck waiting. You'll get all this plus exclusive content for Rumble Premium subscribers that'll blow your mind. And with Rumble Premium, you'll get every CMS Network show and all of Rumble's other videos with no ads and no fluff. This is our official home, Rumble. It's raw, powerful, and unfiltered. You want in? Just hit us up at rumble.com/register/classic metal show to sign up for free commenting, chat live, and just your ability to join the chaos of all of our shows. Then while you're there, swing by any of our videos, smash that Rumble Premium button, and level up. Subscribe now. Don't sleep on this. Hit the link in the description.